Watch this.
Happy Thursday. We are so close to the end of the work week, but there is still work to do. Just ask the hardworking students in the Twin Falls School District. They are fixated on the future and student success, and the new data on high schoolers there getting an associate's degree? Yeah, there's really something to talk about. Andrew Bartline and Kevin Essling are going to bring us the story ahead on the 208. I'll pass on making the Star Trek joke because we are going to talk about Star Wars on this May 4th. All right, I'll say the thing. May the 4th be with you, because it's with these people here in Boise today. The massive Idaho Gives campaign is winding down, but there is still time to contribute to some great Idaho nonprofits. Ahead, we have one of many examples of how your donation can help impact our community for the better. 208 starts now. Welcome to the 208. Brian has the day off, and I thought we should start this show with a quote. Quote, "He who fails to plan is planning to fail." And that's a quote made famous by Winston Churchill, and it's actually the backbone of the Twin Falls School District. This year, 36 high school seniors are also graduating there with their associate's degrees, and that's the largest figure in school history. It's a number made possible by a close partnership with the College of Southern Idaho, alongside the use of the Advanced Opportunities Program. It's giving students a head start and offering more than just college credit. Here's our Andrew Bartline.
Planning.
And how many of those do we have?
It's an end-of-the-year responsibility.
Most actually do something.
Synonymous with the senior send-off.
I think that's a great idea.
It's observed by the quiet crowd, but hardly avoidable.
Well, I think just maybe because I'm so young that thinking about the future is a little scary because maybe I might change my mind later on, but where I'm at right now, I'm pretty happy with where I'm going.
Eliza Paulus is a junior.
Yes, I am.
And what she's accomplished at Canyon Ridge in 3 years takes most people 6.
You said you've completed all the classes you need for high school, and you're a junior.
Yes.
I kind of like...
And when she walks next year, the diploma will be the least of her accomplishments because Eliza's just a few classes away from her AA.
Yeah, I have been very blessed.
This planning, it's becoming part of the Canyon Ridge culture.
Yeah, I love it here. I love what I do.
Ironically, behind school counselor Molly Lively.
I was actually probably a few years into my undergrad and still like, I don't know exactly what I want to do with this, and that's not something your parents want to hear as they're spending money on your education. The neat thing for me is that now I'm getting to do that with kids here in high school and helping them really explore what their options are and what's a right fit for them.
Yeah, that dual credit program, how much of your work revolves around that?
Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers this year. It's in the hundreds. We have hundreds of dual credits taken every single school year. We do have around 36 seniors graduating with their associates this year, and we just are suspecting that every year that number is going to continue to climb.
It's pretty fun.
The climb, it starts with Eliza.
Thank you.
Who happens to know a thing or two about growth.
So I've actually had some great experiences with my family fostering children, and I've seen some different dynamics with backgrounds and how the brain works and just behavioral, and that's been something that I've always been interested in because of my siblings.
You have foster siblings.
They're now adopted, yes.
That's the real blessing, and it's made a lasting impact.
All 3 of them came from pretty traumatic situations.
Because the hard work,
I mean, they're just my younger siblings right now, but maybe when I'm older,
the planning,
I can help younger kids like them.
it means a lot more when you know what to do with it.
So I plan to attend BSU in the fall of 2024 after I graduate, and I want to get a bachelor's in psychology to hopefully become a child psychologist or family counselor.
Access to these dual credit programs are made possible largely due to discounted cost per credit. And continuing to use Twin Falls as an example, each credit CSI would cost $75 each, meaning one 3-credit class would come out to $225. So they pair that with the Advanced Opportunity Program, where each student, each high school student, has access to more than $4,000. So it creates a clear pathway for students to get ahead, Joe. The district's aware of that. I think most districts probably are, but yeah, they made a real conceited effort on it.
I got to tell you, if I'm a parent watching your news report tonight, I'm going to go ask my middle schooler or high schooler, hey, you going to do this?
Well, that's a real part of the utility, too, when you're talking with the counselor. Did you have something like this? I wasn't aware of it when I was in high school. And she said no, and if I did, it probably would have helped me give a little more direction. You know a little bit more things as you're younger, points you, steers you, helps you out.
Wow, you learn as you get older.
Can you believe it, Joe?
What a novel concept. It's Andrew Bartline reporting for us. Andrew, thank you so much. Well, major departure from the Idaho Attorney General's office. That's Raul Labrador. And our partners at the Idaho Press have a report that Idaho Chief Deputy Attorney General David DeWerst has left his office. His LinkedIn profile shows that he is now a senior advisor to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a man that many are expecting to run for president. Labrador announced back in November that DeWerst would serve in his top staff position, and an AG spokesperson, Beth Cahill, she wrote to the Idaho Press in a text quote that David led the transition efforts for our office, helping guide the office of Attorney General through the first leadership change in 20 years. The DeWerst family relocated to be near aging relatives, and we wish him well in his new endeavor. The newest development in former gubernatorial candidate Ammon Bundy's long list of legal news. St. Luke's Health filed a motion for contempt against Diego Rodriguez and his Freedom Man Press. Rodriguez is in Bundy's circle and one of the men being sued by St. Luke's for defamation. Apparently, he hasn't been responding to the court's orders either, and now the hospital's attorney is claiming that Rodriguez is harassing witnesses. St. Luke's attorney Eric Stidham said that they are worried that Rodriguez and Bundy and their followers could become violent, which is part of the reason for their motion for contempt that was filed on Tuesday. It claims that Rodriguez has, quote, never stopped using his website to defame, harass, and intimidate witnesses. And this is just the latest development in the defamation lawsuit that followed disruptive protests outside of St. Luke's Health in downtown Boise. I'm sure there's a lot to come from this, and we will follow it for you here on the 208. A lot of people are new to this area, and with the weather warming up, there's a lot to see out there. Great city to explore, and one place to check out in Boise, the Anne Frank Memorial at the Wasmuth Center for Human Rights, right along the Boise Greenbelt. And big news, coming up on Monday, new construction begins there on a brand new education center. It will include large office space for staff and volunteers, spaces for classrooms and trainings, and a new exhibit. And it's named for former governor and human rights champion Phil Batt. And I chatted with leaders from the Wasmuth Center for this Sunday morning's episode of Viewpoint. And right now, the Wasmuth Center, they're in the midst of their capital campaign and looking ahead to a bright future with their brand new education center.
What we're hoping to accomplish is to, first and foremost, establish the new education center. It'll become our home base. It'll give us much needed office space as well as an opportunity to start and end our numerous docent-led tours. And that's really important for us because we haven't had that kind of opportunity in the past. We've really operated with the memorial as our classroom space. Now that we'll be able to have programming that'll be indoors, and we think that the building will become kind of an icon for Boise, and it'll become very popular, not just for us, but for other companies that may want to bring diversity, equity, inclusion programs and use our space. But it's also going to be a bit of an art museum. And that's not something that we planned, but that's something that happened, and Dan can share more about that.
Okay, we'll talk about it. A little bit of art museum action.
We've got 20 original commissioned pieces that help to tell the story of human rights. You know, for many folks, human rights are an abstract. What are they? Well, art helps to tell that story. It takes a concept and it gives it a face. And so that's just a piece that has evolved throughout the campaign. Idaho has an amazing collection of artists, and as those have stepped forward, and we've looked at not only the broad diversity of the pieces, but the artists themselves, and so now 20 pieces that will become a story as you begin to wander through the building. We know in time we will have as many docent-led tours of the building to come see the art as we do in the memorial.
And here are some of the renderings of the brand new building, a really neat concept. Again, the construction there will start on Monday. They did already break ground, but for the full conversation, join us coming up this Sunday morning at 9 a.m. for Viewpoint. And we are diving in with the Wasmuth leaders, as you just saw. And we're also going to introduce you to someone you didn't see in that segment, a brand new executive director. We're going to share the vision and goals for the future. And speaking of the Wasmuth Center and other nonprofits around our great state of Idaho, today is the last day to donate in Idaho's largest online giving event. The phones are open and ready for donations, or you can donate online at idahogives.org, or we got a link for you at ktvb.com. This is the state of Idaho's biggest online giving event. And money raised this week, well, they benefit more than 650 Gem State nonprofits. The Idaho Nonprofit Center is hoping to raise $4 million this year. They have until midnight tonight to donate, and it looks like we're at a little more than $3.2 million. Can it be done? We'll follow along as we get closer to midnight. Still ahead on the 208, we are jumping into the KTVB archives to show you a vintage, great Exploring Idaho to celebrate our 70th anniversary coming up this July. And today we're taking you to the Panhandle in Wallace, Idaho, a town with a deep history of silver mining. Maybe after watching this, you want to try it for yourself. And of course, we are eagerly awaiting your texts into our program. Something you want to share, comment, question, haiku, maybe some original art. Send it to us, whatever it is. And here is our number, 208-321-5614. Please be sure to include your name and hashtag the 208. We're going to get to some of these at the end of the show live. Well, we are going into the KTVB archives to show you a great Exploring Idaho, all to celebrate our 70th anniversary coming up this July. And today we're taking you up to the Panhandle in Wallace, Idaho, a town with a deep history of silver mining that you can experience for yourself.
Everywhere you look in Wallace, you see this town's connection to silver mining, and with good reason. The mines in this area have produced 1 billion ounces of silver in less than 100 years. You can see and hear the story firsthand on the Sierra Silver Mine Tour. We tagged along on a school field trip. These Kellogg fourth graders have been studying Idaho history all year. They are today too, but today they're also tourists in their own backyard. Their trip aboard this old San Francisco trolley begins in the heart of Old Wallace, a town built around silver mining and the railroad.
Now you see where the students are going in over there at the depot? That's the Northern Pacific Depot. That built about 1905. The brick that they used in construction of the depot was brought over from China. On your left, you see the melodrama. Live theater, that's the old Lux Theater, dates back to the late 1800s. That is the only wood structure left in the city limits of the town.
Just a short drive outside those city limits is the site of the Sierra Silver Mine.
Hi, kid. Hi. Step off over here and grab a hard hat.
And grabbing a hard hat isn't just for looks. This is a real silver mine, and safety is foremost.
This here is probably the most important stop in the whole tour. It's a safety area.
It is?
Safety, yes it is. Safety is the #1 priority that a miner is taught underground.
We asked one of those miners, George Barrett, to take us on ahead for a look at the life miners led in these tunnels. He spent 28 years here.
I'm in here for 10 minutes and I'm kind of claustrophobic. 28 years working in a mine. I mean, does it take a certain kind of person to be able to do that?
No, it's just in this area that it's a way of life.
Is it a good life?
Yeah, I liked it.
Now you're taking kids on tours and telling them about that. And these kids have been studying Idaho history. Why is that important for them to understand?
Well, because it was our way of life. It's our heritage.
That heritage is one of danger and daring. You can see the pride in George's eyes when he talks about it, and as he wheels around this 8-ton mucking machine.
This is the most dangerous piece of equipment in the mine. If there was such a thing as a widowmaker, this machine would have that name, widowmaker. But all machinery can be a widowmaker if it's misused.
George hopes people will want to hear his stories of the old mining ways because he says for the most part they're over. And now he and others are building what they hope will be a gold mine. Tourism.
Idaho's history is mining. At one time, you'll see our signs downtown, it says silver capital of the world. It was the silver capital of the world. The world's silver came right from the Wallace, Idaho area.
Wallace, Idaho, also the center of the universe. And did you know you can still go to the Sierra Silver Mine Tour in Wallace today? You can learn all about the hard rock mining methods with the retired miner and all. And yes, the trolley, it's probably still up there. You can find out more about tickets on the Silver Mine Tour's website. They won't break the bank too much with an adult ticket at $18, seniors $16, and kids $10. Fun way to get out of the valley and go spend a summer day. Again, Wallace is the center of the universe. Just ask someone there about it.
you probably heard we had some pretty good thunderstorms down around Twin Falls, moving up to Glens Ferry as well as Mountain Home. We'll take the very latest look at that. I had the sky cam set up out to the east. You can see the cloudiness coming in. I think we'll see a few light showers to begin with. Here are the line of storms right now, and it is showing some signs of weakening, and that is not as much in the way of lightning strikes as it moves up through the interstate. But as we get down a little closer here toward Boise, you can see that right now there's some thunderstorms just ready to move into Mountain Home. This is the second area of thunderstorms. Here's the first if you look off here to the north, just moving through the area. Now moving in again is Mountain Home. As this one comes up, you can see some light showers that just about to the south of Lucky Peak. So we'll likely see a few light showers out of this first, and then we'll see some of the storm system moving through. Right now, not a lot of lightning. It looks like it's breaking up, could break up as it moves into the area, just providing some rain showers. That is at least the first batch as we take a look at it. But it looks fairly awesome as you look at it at this particular point. But again, we're not getting the lightning strikes that we were earlier. So I'm moving ahead here. So you see the light showers out ahead of it. Here's Lucky Peak. It's just moving up the interstate now, likely coming down into the Boise area. We're looking at probably in the next 15 minutes to about a half an hour as that moves through. So as we look around the area now in the wider shot, not as many, but a few more storms are starting to move up toward Twin Falls, which is an indication that we could be seeing a few more lighter showers or maybe in a few thunderstorms later this evening, thunderstorms around 9-10 o'clock.
All right, Rick, I'll keep my eyes open. Thank you very much. Well, calling all Jedis, did you know it's May 4th, so may the 4th be with you and with your spirit. So now that you know why you're seeing all with the extra Star Wars stuff all around, whether you're a diehard fan or you're just curious about a galaxy far, far away, did you know? The Discovery Center of Idaho has you covered. And right now they have the largest Star Wars fan exhibition going. It's called the Fan Strike Back. And today, our brand new photojournalist, Jason Foster, checked it out.
May the 4th is today, so may the Force be with us all, and that's why we came in.
It's Star Wars Day, and it's also the only day that all three of us actually had free for the next, month.
My name is Angel Rios.
My name is Elizabeth Descalzo. I am an absolute nerd for Star Wars with way too much free time on my hands. Twi'lek said the Tulaku Togruta have either 3 or 4, and they also have Montrals, who has written multiple full-length books about Star Wars characters, and I nerd about it with my friends, and as a result, I know way too much.
My name is Jeremiah. Oh, look at him.
One of the workers walking around, he just came and talked to us for a minute and told us how all this was created by fans from Germany and has been shipped around the world.
How fast does that one go?
Probably even faster. It's very strong.
If you haven't been here yet, I would definitely recommend coming in to see, whether you're a minimal fan or a huge major fan or even not a fan at all. Like my girlfriend with me here today, she doesn't know much about Star Wars, so it's cool for me because I got to tell her a lot of stuff.
So Angel's my boyfriend. I'm here because I knew that today was May the 4th, and I know Star Wars is his most favorite movie of all time.
I think we have to pick.
I don't want to pick.
It's all so cool.
It's Star Wars.
It is Star Wars.
The cosplay is great.
The cosplay is incredible. I don't know the name of this character, but it's the big slug guy. And they made a comment, and I was like, I think this is my favorite one because he looks like he eats well, and I feel like he'd have really good feasts. So he's been teaching me a lot about what these characters are and how they're important to the storyline.
I got and I like Ryan, and I like so much videos, and Kawa Panda, and I watch him play Roblox, and I like the one where he finds the monsters.
Oh, that sounds scary.
He comes from Dathomir, not Iridonia. They are a Zabrak. They are a Zabrak human hybrid. May the 4th be with you. Mandalorians are in general a little bit dumb.
Thank you very much, Jason. We loved it. And just so you know, we have a legal disclaimer for you. The Discovery Center of Idaho wants to make sure everyone and their lawyers know that the Fan Strike Back exhibition is in no way linked to Disney Enterprises, Lucasfilms, the Lego Groups, or Hasbro. All the images used in the exhibition are reproductions of private works. Still, a very cool place to visit if you are a Star Wars fan, old or new, and you can visit the largest Star Wars fan exhibition at the Discovery Center of Idaho until this fall, and you can get your tickets on their website, and make sure you do it soon because they are selling out fast. And the Discovery Center is one of over 600 organizations you can donate to for Idaho Gives. And hurry up, because today is the last day to donate in Idaho's largest day of online giving. Let's check in and see how much we've raised so far. About little more than $3.2 million. We are hoping to get to 4, so we'll see by midnight. And the money raised benefits, again, more than 650 nonprofits here in the Gem State. Phones are on, waiting for your donations. You see the number there. You can also give online at idahogives.org, and of course, ktvb.com. You can go through there. Donations end tonight at midnight. All right, let's put this show to bed with some of your comments. Please know that Renaissance High School has dual credit as well. My granddaughter started as a junior last fall at University of Idaho. That's Rhonda. Yes, to be clear, there are other places with dual credit. We just featured Twin Falls because they have so many kids doing it, but it is available across the state. This person says, hashtag the 208, human rights, kudos to the Wasmith Center, remembering Kent State. That's Marty from Eagle. Yes, more from the Wasmith Center this Sunday morning on Viewpoint. I asked for people to send in original art. This came in. I don't know who it's from, to be honest, but I really like it. It is very nice. This person says, what, no Star Trek comments? That's Lauren in Sun Valley. Live long and prosper. I know that is a very famous Star Trek comment. Justin Core is just off camera, and he's waiting to anchor the news at 6. That's right. Morning show Justin will be coming up at 6. Anyways, this person says, may the 4th be with you.